A gunman raises a weapon and aims at the President of the United States. For the Secret Service, this is the moment they train for but hope never happens. Within seconds, multiple teams move into action. The protective agents close in around the President. The counter-assault team searches for the attacker. Snipers scan rooftops. Security units lock down the airspace. Every decision made in the next few seconds could change history. If the agents succeed, the public may never even know how close the danger was. But if they fail, the consequences could shake an entire nation. So who are the people responsible for protecting the most powerful leader in the world? How do they prepare for the worst possible scenario? Today, we're going behind the scenes of one of the most secretive security organizations on Earth, the United States Secret Service. But before we continue, if you enjoy deep historical and documentary stories like this, make sure you like this video and subscribe to Geokosmos Docs. It helps the channel grow and allows us to keep bringing you powerful stories like this. The Turning Point, 1963, Dallas, Texas, November 1963. President John F. Kennedy had a very different leadership style from many presidents before him. He loved traveling, meeting crowds, and appearing in public. For the Secret Service, this made their job incredibly difficult. Unlike previous presidents who spent most of their time inside the White House, Kennedy frequently appeared in open spaces surrounded by thousands of people. On the morning of November 22nd, Kennedy's motorcade moved through downtown Dallas. He rode in an open convertible limousine, waving to cheering crowds. The route had even been published in local newspapers. Security was far less strict than it is today. Suddenly, gunshots echoed through the streets. In just a few seconds, history changed forever. President Kennedy was fatally shot. For the Secret Service, the tragedy exposed serious weaknesses in presidential protection. The United States had already lost 3 presidents to assassination before Kennedy: Abraham Lincoln, James Garfield, and William McKinley. But by the 1960s, America had become a global superpower. Protecting the president was now more critical than ever. Kennedy's assassination forced the government to rethink how presidential security worked. The Secret Service would never operate the same way again. In the decades that followed, the agency expanded dramatically. Training became more intense. Security planning became far more complex. Protecting the president was no longer just about standing nearby with a gun. It became a massive operation involving intelligence gathering, threat analysis, and detailed event planning. Today, protecting a president requires coordination between multiple specialized units. The most visible group is the protective detail, the agents who stay physically close to the president at all times. These are the agents who would literally place themselves between the president and a bullet. But they are only one part of a much larger system. Another critical team is the counter-assault team. If an attack occurs, their mission is not evacuation, it's confrontation. They rush toward the source of danger and attempt to stop it immediately. High above the scene, counter-snipers monitor surrounding buildings, watching for suspicious movement. Their job requires incredible precision. Some of them train to hit targets from over 1,000 yards away. Meanwhile, agents blend into the crowd wearing plain clothes. They watch for unusual behavior. Someone nervous, someone watching too closely, someone who simply doesn't fit the environment. Because sometimes, spotting danger before it begins is the only way to prevent disaster. When the president travels, one vehicle sits at the center of the operation. It's known simply as the Beast. The presidential limousine is far from an ordinary car. Weighing roughly 20,000 pounds, it is built with armored steel, bulletproof glass, and sealed protection against chemical attacks. Inside the vehicle are advanced communication systems and emergency medical supplies. The car is designed to keep the president alive even during the worst possible attack. Surrounding it is the presidential motorcade, a moving fortress of security vehicles, agents, and support teams. Even with all these precautions, danger can still appear without warning. In 1981, President Ronald Reagan exited a hotel in Washington, D.C. A man named John Hinckley Jr. was waiting nearby. Hinckley believed that assassinating the president would impress actress Jodie Foster. As Reagan approached his car, Hinckley opened fire. Secret Service agents reacted instantly. Agent Tim McCarthy stepped directly into the line of fire, shielding the president. He was struck by a bullet. Another shot ricocheted off the limousine and hit Reagan. Everything happened in just a few seconds. Thanks to the agent's quick response, Reagan was rushed to the hospital and survived. The event led to even stricter security procedures. Metal detectors became standard at presidential events. Intelligence sharing between agencies increased dramatically. Today, the Secret Service handles an average of about 10 threats against the president every day. Some are harmless. Others require serious investigation. Agents analyze letters, messages, and suspicious behavior to determine which threats could become real attacks. They also study past assassins to understand their motives and warning signs, because preventing violence often begins long before a weapon is ever drawn. The terrorist attacks of September 11, 2001 forced another major change. The possibility of large-scale coordinated attacks meant presidential protection had to evolve again. The Secret Service was moved under the Department of Homeland Security. New teams were created to monitor airspace, control drone threats, and respond to chemical or biological attacks. Protecting the president had become part of the broader fight against terrorism. Despite the prestige, working in the Secret Service is incredibly demanding. Agents travel constantly. They work long hours and often spend months away from their families. The responsibility is enormous. One mistake could change the course of history. Yet since the assassination of John F. Kennedy in 1963, no sitting U.S. president has been killed. That record represents decades of preparation, training, and sacrifice. Most of the time, the Secret Service does its job perfectly. And when that happens, the public rarely notices anything at all. But behind every quiet presidential appearance lies an enormous operation working to ensure one thing: that history continues as planned. Because the greatest success of the Secret Service is when nothing happens. If you enjoyed this deep dive into history and security, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to Geokosmos Docs. And tell us in the comments, do you think protecting a world leader today is harder than it was in the past? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next story.